Which brings us to
But
the
they
next
picked on
segment.
that
I
problem.
actually have Brady going over, having a huge day in fantasy against that Falcons secondary. Um, I just don't see anybody on that team who can man up one-on-one against Gronkowski, AB, Godwin, or Evans. They don't have not one corner on that roster that literally can shine their shoe. So I'm looking for huge days out of Gronk specifically down the seams in the middle of the field. AB will be a force on the outside. Look for a lot of double moves and a lot of go routes, just simply off the premise of, hey, these guys can't cover man. Let's attack them head on. Brady is the absolute king at picking out your worst corner and literally picking on them all day. So it'll literally be a long day for their secondary. I'm looking for, and by the way, you all, this is a new segment entitled "Hey Bet That," brought to you by ShineHardIzzo.
Oh my gosh, this guy. Hey,
Yeah,
quick
man.
question, Shine Quick question, Shine before you continue. When you say go over, is there like a number?
Yeah,
Is there like a number?
because we live in Texas, my good man, great point. I want to make this perfectly clear. I am not within a legal betting state. So if you're looking for a money line straight bet, I do not have those answers for you. But single player projections in the fantasy world, over and under on single projection stats, that specifically being passing yards for Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
What's the number?
You could be looking for him. Don't know what it's set at, right? Because it's still early in the week. They haven't had the projection for the entire week yet, but those are subject to change to the closer we get to game time, injuries throughout the week, whatever the case may be. So I'll let those numbers be what they may. But whatever it is, be looking to go over on it, because I'm expecting a huge day, at least 300 plus, and with probably at least 3 touchdowns again all through the air as well. So look for a big day for Tom.
What if they set it high?
It won't be set too high because he didn't have that many passing yards first week. Though he had a lot, he went 300 plus, which I did expect. But man, if you saw that Falcons secondary against the Eagles receivers this past Sunday, you'll know exactly what I mean by and that's no disrespect to Jalen Hurts, another H-Town native. Hold it down, man. If you put the Buccaneers in that spot, my God, the Falcons secondary, they don't have a chance, right? So I watched that game almost from start to finish, and they made the rookie Deontay Smith just look pristine. Though he's a good talent, it was just a lot of mental lapses within the secondary, and a lot of people left running wide butt open. And that's just not going to fly with the Buccaneers. So I'm just looking for big days out of them. The second game you guys can watch. Help me out. I'm reeling.
49ers Eagles.
49ers Eagles. Look for a huge game on the ground with the run game for the 49ers. Though Raheem Mostert did get hurt this past week, season-ending injury. Speedy prayers and recovery to him. But they do have a rookie running back who played for the Raging Cajuns at the collegiate level, and he is looking like glimmers and shades of a star in the rough. So look for that young man to have a huge game. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to get a name on that fella. I believe his name is
Elijah Mitchell.
Elijah Mitchell. Thank you. That's exactly
six-round pick. They also have Trey Sermon, I think 3rd-round pick out of Ohio State. He was inactive this past week.
But Elijah Mitchell is looking to get the bulk of those carries in fantasy due to the injury and the showing that he had through preseason and with game 1. Went over 100 yards with a touchdown. So be looking for a huge game on the ground from the Niners in fantasy. So if you have Elijah Mitchell, look for him to put up some good projection numbers for your fantasy team. And then singularly on that Niners squad as well, look for Kittle to have a pretty huge day, right? Though that Eagles secondary is a little bit improved, George Kittle, top 2 tight end in the league. I don't think that's a secret. And the Eagles, too, do not have a soul who can hold him. So I'm looking for a high volume catch day for Kittle with the yards to go with it. So be on the lookout for that 49ers and Eagles game. And last, but definitely not freaking least.
Sean, before you leave that game, if Deebo Samuels has a rushing yard projection that's in the single digits, I will go over on that.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan likes to get him out on a lot of sweeps and stuff out of the backfield, likes to get him the ball in creative ways. Though I don't think they'll have a staff for that. Unfortunately, if they did, I would have taken the over on that as well, due to what I just kind of more so alluded to. Great call. But I don't think they're going to have low-hanging fruit like that because they're also in the business of making money as well. And I get it. In the last game on the list,
Texans Browns.
My Texans and them Browns. Wow. Hey man, Texans had a great showing this past weekend. If you watch the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Texans game, and you see it completely trample and annihilate and obliterate the Jags, man, take their fucking soul and crush their morale and their spirit. That's what they did. But the Texans play the Browns this upcoming week, and if you know, like I know, you will get on that chubby train. My boy Sir Chubbs a lot. I'm looking for a huge day, an extremely huge day. I'm talking about probably 150 plus. Kareem Hunt probably 70 plus on the ground. I'm looking at them quite possibly going over 200 yards altogether on the ground. I'm not chalking that all up to Chubb, though he is capable of that. I just think they'll both have huge days against that Texans defense that is very much so susceptible to the run. So look for a huge day in fantasy for Nick Chubb. And I think I have Nick Chubb in our Respect the Game league, brothers. So be looking to get your ass booked if you got me on the schedule this week, man, because I got them niggas with me, man, to say the very least. And that's gonna be it, man, for the Bet That segment, new segment we got going here on Respect the Game. Be looking for some new picks and projections next week, man. Fucking dope.